don't be afraid to share information like I am doing now on here. This is something I've always wanted to do, but I always held back and reserved myself from putting this out there. But me personally, if I met you in person, I would probably talk too much. I would give you too many tips in some people's eyes. But that's just the way I am. I'm the type of person who likes to help people because growing up with nothing, I wish somebody was there to help me when I was a kid. But I've had to do everything myself and to get the knowledge myself with experiences. So I always try to share what I know with other people who's doing similar things. There's been many situations where, I'm in the store with somebody who's actually doing the same thing, and who may be new at it or newer at it, and I give them information on this and that, and you may not get information back that's of great value, but what you may get is dedication. What I mean by that is if they come across something that they know you like or you would want, they will hold that, they will get it for you, or they will share it with you. And you can't beat that, because you know what, you got to look out for each other. It's a big freaking world out there. Everybody's trying to make a buck. Everybody's trying to make life easier for themselves. And the best thing you can do is help somebody. So that'd be another tip of mine, is to don't be afraid to give some information. Now, you do have to watch yourself. You do have to kind of read people and know people. Always, do a little test. Throw a little out there to see if you get a little back. Because there are selfish people out there, and I have met them, who want information, but they will never give nothing back. There was this one instance where I was given a little information. I would see if this person would budge. They never would budge, but they would always ask questions. Oh, then they would even say things like, I want you to mentor me. Well, sorry, but that does not come free. So what I offered up was, I will mentor you if you come along with me and work for me for free, basically. So while you're helping me gather stuff or get stuff or find stuff, I will pay you via information. And they wanted no part of that. They wanted everything they wanted for free. And it doesn't work that way. So you definitely have to read people. So while you're out there, so you don't get too much information away. But on the other hand, if you're somebody on the opposite end, always make sure you reciprocate any information you're given. Whether it's maybe your expertise in a certain area. Whether there's so many. You could go from Coach purses to, purses to shoes to Longenberger baskets to toys to music to whatever. Everything's a collectible to somebody somewhere. So if you can bestow a little bit of your knowledge onto somebody, or like I talked about before, where if you find something that they would like, you buy it at retail, whatever the case may be, you sell it to them for the same price without making money on it, or what have you, or even just offer up a gift. I've had that happen to me before, and I've done that for people. It's just a respect thing, and it's something that you have to do in order to further yourself in the business. You've got to respect others, and you've got to give respect. You just have to. So one of the newest lots of stuff I have here will be going up into the store soon. There's a little bit that's already in there as I'm recording this. The rest still have to go. And I got a huge lot of video game toys. Figures, action figures. Your Resident Evil, These are all from like the late 90s, I believe. Your Final Fantasy, 99. Those were, I think, 98. Sonic toys. There's always going to be people out there wanting to sell something. And people wanting to sell it quick. And that's the key to picking if you're buying to resell. Is finding people who need the money, who need it now. Look at all this dust from these toys. Whew! Is finding it because they just want money. They need money now. Boom, you can get it, go, and still make a buck on it. So, like I said, I got a whole lot here of just different, as you can hear, fallen toys from video games. I've gotten a lot. Tomb Raider, another Tomb Raider. You got the Sonic toys. You got the Turok toys. Got your Crash, got your Diddy Kong keychains, Duke Nukem, all kinds of good stuff. Also got these two over here I picked up. Rob Zombie doing Dragula, still works, and Alice Cooper doing Welcome to My Nightmare. Some big Dow figures, those will be up in the store later on. So that's the big collection I got right now at this moment. That's be going up into the store soon. So keep an eye on that. Urban-picker.com. Now, one of the key things I talk about a lot, and that is making connections, networking. I personally have, people I've talked to, people I know now that I've networked with all across the country. People who mail me stuff, people who, when I go back to that town, they know me, they know what I'm looking for, and sometimes they even have stuff for me. It's always good to, no matter where you are, to talk to people. I've got, hidden treasure stores in Smoky Mountains. People know me there. They'll even call me and say, hey, you need to come down here. So, and sometimes it's worth the 8-hour drive to go to the Smoky Mountains, fill up my truck. There's been times where I've been down in that area where, I've done a whole Tennessee run one time where, I fill up the truck, I had to stop at a Staples, I box it all up, ship it back, hit the road, continue going. So it's really good to know people and to make friends with people. I just bought a big lot off of One Connection, who I consider a friend now. I've got about 300 DVDs, 300 CDs, and you pay next to nothing for them. And I got most of them up in the store already, but I still have a couple of totes laying here of DVDs. I still need to go up, but and then probably about a month before that, another connection of mine that I made, he called me up, and I took a big lot of movies and CDs and stuff off his hands. So definitely always make connections, always do some talking, always get to know the people in the stores, whether it's customers or employees, because the more friends you have, the easier life will be for you, and that's just simple. So if they got a Facebook page, like it. If a store has a Facebook page, like it. You'll never know, you get information for so many different directions nowadays. Whether you have a connect in a store, whether you know a customer who shops there who contacts you, whether it's a Facebook page updating something, a sale, whether it's an email coming in. There's so many ways to network with retailers and stores and to get sale information, whether it's an online store or it's a brick and mortar store. I just got an email yesterday actually, as a matter of fact. The store that I shop at, that I can find good clearance stuff at online, sent me this email, and they had just marked down a bunch of shoes. So I went there and was able to buy 4 pairs of shoes that I'll be able to flip pretty quickly, pretty easily. So those will be coming in some of the penny, if you know shoes, pennies, the Suns colorway. I got 2 pairs of those coming in, 10.5 I do believe, and then a couple of others. One I'm going to be keeping for myself. So those are coming in. And then also I got it was an Instagram update of a store that I frequent. They had the buy one shoe, get one shoe for $1. So hey, I'm going to check that out, of course. And I was able to get a couple of pairs of Reeboks that, are up in the store that I'll flip. Bought 1 pair of these, already on clearance price, marked down really cheap. And I was able to get another pair for $1. So that went really well. And then also my second pair I got there, which I got 2 of, some Reebok Pump Twilight Zones. So really cheap. Buy 1 and get 1 for $1. So you can't beat it. So there's definitely a lot of different, you have to network. Networking is the key to everything. And nowadays there's so many ways to network. Obviously not just online, but with people in the stores. And you have to network every possibility possible. So don't forget networking, emails, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever. Like it, boom, 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 boom. Actually, another thing that I did several years ago, which actually I need to drag it out and put it up and check it out and see what it's worth now. It's an item I've got for storage, but I got it on Twitter for free. What happened was, I don't know if you know, I'm sure most of you know Paul Jr. from American Choppers, when he did the Coleman Grill. And then they did a tour, a city tour. And in every city, they did a Twitter event where if you reposted something, a tweet, that you had a chance to win the grill. Well, in St. Louis, only 2 people done it, me and one other person. So I lucked out and won the grill. I threw it in storage. I figured, you know, I might be able to make more on it later. It's probably something I'll never use, but it's there if I ever wanted to, or I'll just hang on to it and see what it's worth later. So now I just remembered that, boop, I need to check it out and see what it's worth today. It could be down in value, but then again, he does have a show probably going to be coming back on TV soon, and it might jump back up in value then, so it might be worth holding on to until the show comes out and he starts being popular again. So there's a bunch of little subtle tips in there, not just the Twitter account, to think about. And that is about timing. If you buy something, sometimes it's better to hang on to it as opposed to selling it quick. So if you have it, I had no money tied up in it, so it ain't going to hurt me to set it in a storage locker and sit on it in hopes that the value will go up eventually. So whether it does or not, no, ain't that going to be that big of a deal because I don't have money tied up into it. So several little tips within that little statement there, so you're welcome. So, hope you enjoyed all that. Me and Taz here say thank you for watching the first episode of Urban Picker. And hopefully, I was able to teach you a little something. Maybe you learned a little something. Maybe you were just entertained. Whatever the case may be, like, subscribe, comment. Oh, celebrate. You know what I'm saying. Until next time, keep a picking.